Hello, Cold Station. What's up, No Horse and Family? Back at it again. As always, No Horsing Around is brought to you exclusively by our amazing sponsor, WagerWire. WagerWire is just a revolutionary way to bet sports. It's one of a kind. It's brand new. It's going to completely change the way you do it. You can jump in and out of future bets. Y'all have heard me say probably lost money on betting the Colts this year, just like everybody else did. Could have changed that. You can get in and out of the lines all the way up to the moment before the game starts. It's amazing, you guys. Not only that, you can even sign up for this amazing app. It's going to be dropping this year. Go over wagerwire.com, give them your email address. That way, you're the first to get it. Also, give them a follow on Twitter at WagerWire. Check out their Twitter spaces. They're really cool. They're really fun. They're by fans, for fans. They cover all sorts of topics. Like I said, WagerWire is going to completely change the game in regards to sports betting. Okay, you guys. I didn't know if I would be doing this video. I didn't know that this would be a guy that would be interested. As always, we're continuing our coaching candidates videos, kind of giving you guys a little bit more information about these guys, not necessarily saying if we want them or if we don't, because most of them I'm good with, which is kind of cool. I'm not very disappointed with who they're looking at. So didn't think I'd be doing this one because it's Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles under Nick Sirianni. Many of you guys know we talked about him. He's a hot candidate. He's interviewing a lot of different places. Me and Zach both didn't feel this was probably a realistic possibility due to the fact that Sirianni seems to have a pretty strong grudge right now as it pertains to the Indianapolis Colts and Jim Irsay. He could not tell Shane to not interview for the job, but he could discourage him about what he's seen in the building. Shane's also connected to the Frank Reich coaching tree. He was there in San Diego with him in the very beginning when he was out there. It's an interesting one. Like, the dude is a hot name. A hot name. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why. Younger coach yet again, younger offensive mind yet again. And you start kind of running down his track record and who he's coached with and who he's actually coached himself. It's very impressive, right? Go all the way back. At one point, he was in Cleveland and he was under Norv Turner, which is kind of interesting. Norv Turner, lost a little luster as he got older, but Cowboys early 90s, right? And then the San Diego Chargers back in the day when he was the offensive coordinator out there did a lot when he did decently. Never great head coach, great offensive coordinator, right? Very, very interesting. We talked about the fact that he was paired up a little bit with Frank Reich during San Diego days. Now let's delve into that too, because he was in San Diego quite a bit. Look who he got to coach quarterback wise while he was there. And he was a little bit of a quarterback coach. He was an offensive coordinator for a little bit, took over as offensive coordinator, obviously, when Ken Whisenhunt got relieved of his duties by Mike McCoy way back in the day, if you can remember back that far when Mike McCoy was the head coach there, right? And he obviously crossed paths with Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni was a wide receivers coach out there before he followed Frank Reich to here. Reports had always stated that Steichen was a serious candidate for offensive coordinator with the Colts before they selected Nick Sirianni. So he kind of knows a little bit more about the building. When you look at what he's done this season with Jalen Hurts, you can't help but be impressed, right? Y'all know, if you follow me on Twitter long enough and you go way back to the very early stages of this show when it was named a different name, I was a fan of Jalen Hurts. I thought third round Colts pick him up. It'd be very interesting to see. I don't think anybody could have predicted how good he'd actually be in the NFL, but man, damn good, right? And he's done a great job letting him use his legs to get himself underneath, developing an explosive passing game, an explosive running game centered around Jalen Hurts, who is a very different quarterback than who he had before, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert can move, but Justin Herbert has got a great arm, and he's a different kind of quarterback, and he produced with him. If you think about Justin Herbert's rookie year, he set records as a rookie, his rookie season, and that was Steichen who was coaching him, right? That's pretty good. And then even go back to a completely different quarterback that we know, Phillip Rivers, statue of a quarterback, right? He is sit back, pick you apart, and not move. And he produced with him too. So he's had several different quarterbacks that he has worked with that he's been able to kind of develop. And as we go across all these guys, right? That's the key. There's a couple of different factors. Can you lead a room? Can you get people to believe in you? And then a big thing is, how are you going to develop the young quarterback that is eventually taken in April, right? How are you going to do that? Can you do it? If you're a defensive guy like a Raheem Morris or Jerry Aviro, how are you going to put an offensive staff that's there to help develop that quarterback? If you're an offensive guy, how are you going to yourself develop that quarterback? Because that's the key to everything at this point for the Colts. So, looking and seeing, he has helped develop two young quarterbacks. He's helped work with three quarterbacks that are vastly different. This is a good candidate. He's interviewing Saturday, which was going to be very interesting. Uh, I think we were more expecting to hear the name Jonathan Gannon, as opposed to Shane Steichen. But he's interviewing on Saturday. That's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Is he interested? Does he sell them on what he can do? I think the most interesting part is that this is a Frank Reich guy, and Frank Reich is gone because they got tired of having Frank Reich in Indianapolis. He lost trust apparently with Jim Irsay, with Chris Ballard, and this is one of his guys. So that's going to be an interesting thing. I want to hear what you guys have to say. This was a hot name before the cycle started. A lot of people didn't think he would come and interview with the Colts. Apparently, I mean, he is. He's coming on Saturday. What do y'all think? Do you guys like this? Would you be on board with this? Like all the other candidates we've talked about, outside of we haven't really discussed Aaron Glenn. He's not set for an interview yet, so we've not really discussed him. There's Jeff Saturday who's still out there, who's going to get an interview. We've talked about it on this show. I've talked to you guys numerous times at this point that I'm okay with all these candidates. I really like what they've done, including somehow getting Shane Steichen to come to the building and interview with them too. So I've been very happy with it. I'm excited. I want to hear what you guys have to think. Is this a guy you guys would like? Is this a guy that you guys would like to come in and lead the franchise for the next 4 or 5 years or longer that you want to invest your young quarterback in? You tell me. Drop it in the comments. As always, you guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, because I'm 99% sure we're going to get new names. Y'all know we had to kind of pivot hard because Eric Bieniemy was interviewed last night, and we had to kind of jump on and do one about him. So I'm sure more is coming. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss it. If you want to join the family, join the family. We talk about on the live stream all the time. Make a donation. We love that too. I end these things the same way we always do. I love you. I know Zach loves you. Go Colts. We're out till next time.